Hello and welcome. I'm Rahul, and you're watching me on my Facebook page on my YouTube channel Rahul Kumar Talks. And if you're watching me consistently, welcome back to my channel. I come in front of you all the time, and I wanna make you sure that if you will be watching me continuously for 6 months, your communication skill will certainly grow, and you will have ample knowledge so that you can find yourself a better opportunity whenever you will go in the marketplace. You will have better opportunity, or if you are already working somewhere, you will be dominating your colleagues and your fraternity. And that is what I want to tell you, that if you are incisive enough to make a living out of something, then you will certainly understand that listening to those people who have good knowledge and who want to disseminate something valuable, you will always go to listen to them, because it motivates you, it stimulates you to be better each and every time, because you want to compete with all the person who are around you. You want to make yourself more incisive, you want to make yourself more intelligent. That incisiveness, that astuteness will come from your effort, and that is what I usually tell here. Because if you are taking action, if you are putting effort, then only you can change the world, because the world is not at every time you're not at ease, and the world is not an easy place. That's what I want to say you. Because I usually feel that if you want to stand, if you want to take a stance for yourself, that you fight these forces which come in front of you as an obstacle, as an impediment in front of you, because these forces are always active and they are acting against you. You have to be incisive enough to distinguish the subtle line, what is called naturalness and what is called the intended forces, that you have to identify. And if you have incisive mind, then only you can identify. But in order to live your life and make yourself a better living, you have to fight these forces, because you cannot deprive yourself. You are someone who can fight against these forces, but you don't have a strong mindset, you don't have a strong skill set. And that is what I want to tell you, that you have to build certain skills. And if you will be in vicinity of those people who are making themselves successful, then you will also be in their influence, and you will be also finding better opportunity. You won't have to be pessimistic, you have to be optimistic. Whatever you have felt until now, because you will have gone through a lot of trauma in your life, and you have to go through, because life is meant in that very way. Because sometimes we go through bad memories and bad life situations that everybody feels. If you are in your 40s or in your 30s, you will always experience that, and you have certain experience of your life, because you have gone through that very phase. Your adulthoodness, your teenage life, it has been challenging to you many times. Many people have to go through different stages of life, and they feel that they have been a lot of traumatic life, they have been a lot of bad situations. But many a person have good memories, they always enjoy their places, and they make good friends, and they go through better life. But what will happen next, we don't know. We have to be ready, and that is what I want to tell you. I want you to expect something bad. I want to make you more stronger, so that you can expect always good for yourself. And if the situation go bad, you can control everything. But if you don't know how to control your emotional mind, then you will be vulnerable to these forces, who are acting against you as a matrix, because they want you to find yourself, always melancholic kind of condition, always find misery. They want you to see debilitating, they want to see you deprived of every natural happiness. They want to see you deprived of basic needs. That is what I'm telling you, that they want to leave you and make you a mediocre life. Because if you want to stand against these forces, you have to be incisive. You always, because if you want to be someone who can drive his life in a better position, who can drive his own car, or he can drive a big truck for other people, and can fly an aeroplane. But that kind of mindset, that kind of a skill set you should have. And if you don't possess that kind of a skill set, explore the opportunity and avenue where you can go and can find certain positions and certain expertise. Every time there is an opportunity, all you have to do, you have to open your mind, you have to open your arms, and you have to find the optimistic value. You have to resonate at higher frequency, you have to change your mindset. If you are going to live a mediocre life, you will end up there. And this is what Matrix wants. You don't want to wake up and go out of the system, because if you will wake up and drive the truck, you will understand exactly that it is making changes in a space-time continuum. And many people fail that felt that, and that's why they're coming after you. They always appraise you, or they wanna cling with you. But many a person are just con man. They don't want to find themselves in contradictory position of these forces. They don't want to contradict these forces. That's why they get afraid and they come after you as well, because they want to identify those person who can, they can make just like themselves, so these forces have good values as well as bad values. But persons who are coming after you, they knows exactly what you are doing, and that is why they have also, they are human, and they are always have human values, they have human emotions, that you have to identify. Human emotions are really varies from really negative to positive, and many of people dwell with negativities, and that's why they want to think bad about you, they want to take you down. But it is something which is dependable on you. What do you want to do? If you want to do betterment, they will change their mindset, and they will have to, because later on they will understand exactly that you are doing something better for them, and that is why you are trying to drive them, coming out of these negativities, and they have to change their own mindset, but taking down these forces is really difficult. And that is why I want to tell you that you have to be incisive enough, you have to be intellectual enough to identify these opportunities where you are lacking, where the skill set that you have to know, after all hardship, because matrix wants to make your way, your path really tough. Or it is your angel forces, your own intellect, your own mindset, your own instinct, your own skill set that is driving you on that very path, that is giving you a strong mindset, that is giving you a strong vision that you can drive on that very path, and you can walk all those successful people, the same path that they have walked upon. They have proved themselves that they can walk, and they can drive the truck, they can drive the airplane as well, they can fly the airplane as well. That is why you have to understand exactly what are these forces and how to counteract them. You have to be ready, and you have to be incisive enough, because there is a thin line, there is a subtle line between that. Nobody understands what the matrix will do with them, but many people identify that. They understand that the forces acting against them, there are some positive forces, there are some negative forces, but they identify exactly what is working in their favor, what is working against them. That is why I'm telling you, you have to be incisive. There is subtle mind. If you go after them, just like atom, if you're watching an atom, every atomic particle is in motion, so it doesn't make a sense. But if you're watching an individual, in a person, they have distinct personality, they have distinct mindset, they have distinct philosophy, they have distinct dogma. That is what you have to believe in. They have distinct principles of their life, and this is what makes sense. That's why you have to identify these forces, what are their intention about you, what they want from you, why they want to make you debilitate. That's why most of the forces will act against you, and that is why where you have to identify yourself, that how you can counteract these forces. I'm telling you the truth. But if you want to drive your life out of these all negativities, you have to come victorious. You have to be someone who can make himself aware of his own qualities, that you can counteract these forces, you can work on that very path where you will lead your life in a better dimension. That is what I want to tell you, because you have to be someone who can identify different opportunities in different era, and who can distinguish each and every subtle forces, and they have to understand exactly some general viewpoint, why it is happening to you, the generalized cause of it, some sophisticated point, what the universe really dwells into, and why universe is throwing at you this kind of impediments, this kind of constraint. Because the responsibility goes to those persons who have the capability to drive the trucks, who have the capability to lead a good life. That is why I want to tell you, that you have to identify, you have to be incisive, and you have to be someone who can walk on the path of all that successful people already have walked upon. That is why I want to tell you that life is not easy. You have to make it easy. You have to be happy. You cannot find happiness at each and every implications of your life. You find happiness when something good happens to you. No, but you have to even enjoy the path, the whole process. Each and every day you have to find some cause for which you can be happy, and you have to make certain cause in your life for which you will be proud of, for which you will have gratitude. The good point is that you have to have gratitude, you have to have good mindset about yourself and about your own skill set. You have to build some good skills as well. You have to understand exactly that if you'll contribute to society and will be a person who can do make a difference in society, then you have to be ready for that. You have to understand exactly and how you're contributing to society, because if you sit idle, negative forces will come to your mind. It will always surround you and it will drown you, because if you're not contributing to society in any way, if you're not doing a task which can help people, then certainly negativity will prevail onto you. But you have to be pervasive, you have to be prevalent, who can come across all these forces and can lift himself up and can make an impact in a space continuum, can lift other people's life as well along with yourself. Then you'll understand that how these forces act and how the forces is going to change in your favor. Thank you for listening to me.